you wondering if this computer is for you? You're here to see about the brand new Mac Studio M2 Ultra, the mega studio computer for your desktop. The next level right before the top level, which is Mac Pro. If so, then stick around because I'm going to get into all the features, all the details, and by the end of this video, you're going to know if it's the right computer for you. Sound good? Here we go. Right out of the box, I gotta tell you, you're probably like me if you're watching this video. You're super stoked that Apple is finally coming out with a Mac for people like us that do intense computing and we're looking for that powerhouse at a budget price. The Mac Pro is just too much. It's more for like companies and stuff like that. But this is so exciting. I'm so excited. I am so pumped up. I had the M1 Ultra. It was great. Super excited about the M2 Ultra. So let's just really quick dig into the details here. Now I can support 8K displays, which is pretty crazy. Not everyone's going to use that, but some of you guys are so excited about that if you shoot red cameras like MKBHD, you do CGI Blender stuff, you're doing 8K video. Now it has support for that. And for me, I'm super excited because now it supports up to 8 displays. And I have several ultra wides, which equal about 7 displays, and it runs everything smoothly, and it's so great. I'm so excited. I'm about to add a new ultra wide to my mix because I need more real estate, because I do graphic design, I do video editing, I do After Effects, I do Final Cut Pro sometimes, I do a lot of stuff, intensive memory type programs, and I need something that can run all that stuff. And this thing is a powerhouse. I mean, it is so exciting to finally see something come out that's just really good. And let's just get into a little bit of the details really quick, and then I'll get into the good mushy stuff. So on the brand new M2 Ultra, not a huge departure from the M1 Ultra or the M1 Max or the M2 Max, but you get 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports. So there's been Thunderbolt 1, Thunderbolt 2, Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4 now, so you get 4 of those, and it's basically a souped up USB-C. It's Apple's version of a USB-C that's just like lightning fast, usually around 40 gigabytes per second. And you get 2 regular USBs. You get 1 HDMI port. It's only 2.0, it's not 2.1. A lot of people are disappointed about that, but it's a computer. It's not an entertainment system, so I'm not crazy mad about that. Now to the front. For the Ultra only, you get 2 more Thunderbolt 4 ports. In the Max, it's just a standard USB-C. And you get this brilliantly beautiful SD card slot, which, if you know, I hated the iMacs because you had to reach around back, try to figure out where it was. I tried different adapters, they kept falling off. And as someone who does a lot of stuff with video and cameras and photos, you have a ton of SD card slots around for my drones, my GoPros, everything. And it's just so nice to have this nice SD card right on the front. Because the Ultra is so heavy, it's 2 pounds heavier than the Max. It's pretty hefty. It won't slide, so you can just pop that SD card in there. You don't have to worry about it moving around on you. Just beautiful. Okay, for all you nerds out there, basically what they did is take 2 M2 Maxes and put them together so they're one big chip, and they called it the Ultra. But that doubled your cores to 24 cores, and I maxed it out at 76 GPU because I want to future-proof my computer. Most of my computers, my primaries, last me about 5-7 years, and so I wanted to make sure I had stuff set up. If you do 8K video, you do 3D rendering, you do Blender, CGI, stuff like that, you need that kind of power. And of course, it starts out with 32 gigabytes of RAM, or unified memory is what they call it now, because it's not short-term memory, it's more long-term memory, but it's for the sake of speed of processing open applications. And now you can go up to 192 gigabytes, which is the max, by the way, on the Mac Pro. So it's just beautiful. And of course, I max it out because I just want to make sure that I have the very best, because I want it to last a long time. I don't want to buy computers all the time. I buy laptops and iPads and stuff, and sometimes other computers for work and for other people, but for mine, I just want it to be great and just last a while. If something amazing comes out next year, you know, I can't promise anything, you know? It comes out of the box standard. Like if you go to Costco or somewhere or Apple and just buy it, it's going to have 1 gigabyte of SSD hard drive space. It goes up to 8 gigabytes of hard drive space. I'm at 4. I just want to get in the middle there because again, if your hard drive is not full, you get longevity out of your computer. You get more smoothness out of your computer. If it gets close to full, then you start seeing it get sluggish. Even though I use externals for all my stuff and I have for years, I just want to keep that space nice and breathable. And for longevity, you know, you never know what's going to come and take up some space. And you cannot change this stuff once you order it. But remember, care about your wallet, care about what you need for you. Don't go into debt for this thing. Debt is not worth it. So get something that you're going to be happy with and it's going to last for you. If you have to buy another computer in 2 years, fine. This is not financial advice. For you geeks out there that are looking at the Ultra, because the Ultra is the top of the line, you're probably doing some crazy stuff outside of the Ultra. So it now supports, like I said, 8 displays at 4K that are 60 hertz. And it supports 6 6Ks and 3 8Ks. 3 8K monitors. So you got to think about that. Like an ultra wide, like 49-inch ultra wide is basically 2 monitors. All mine, even my top of the line ultra wide, is at 60 hertz. But if you stick something in there at 120, that takes up 2 monitor slots. If you stick something in there for 240, like the HDMI port will support 240 hertz, then that takes up 4 slots. And just to quickly compare, in case you're weighing out your options, the M2 Max can only do 5 displays. So if you need more monitors and displays, then there you go. Here's a little quick tip. I'm going to talk about the Studio Display too, so hang on. All of this is leaning toward, do you need the Ultra? You're wondering, do you need this, right? Is it too powerful for you? Is it too much money? Or I'm still on the fence about it. Maybe you just need a starter Mac. I don't know what your situation is, but I feel like you came here because you're interested in this awesome new powerhouse. Am I right? If you do a lot of video editing like me, or you're doing 3D renderings in Blender, or you're doing Photoshop, or like me, you have all these open, After Effects, Figma, Sketch, your music, Spotify or Apple Music, you got some Office things open like Outlook or Google Gmail. You just got a lot of stuff going on, right? Usually like Slack or Teams or something to message people with, your text messages. There's just so many things that can be running all at once, right? If you do all that, you're using intense memory software, then this computer is for you. Only reason you would need to go up to a Mac Pro and spend $3,000 more money for the same computer is if you need that big rack. You need the PCI slots, because you can't add video cards. You can't add anything in there like that. It's all part of the system, and it's the same stuff that's in the Mac Studio M2 Ultra. The exact same stuff. You're only spending $3,000 more for the space, the PCI expansion slots, and that's it. You can't add memory. You can't do anything else. Now, if you occasionally use Lightroom, or you're a photographer, or you occasionally use Photoshop and Lightroom, but you don't really do anything more than that. You have a few things open, do a lot of, blogging, stuff like that. Maybe watch YouTube, you do your work, maybe Outlook or PowerPoint or something. Then you really would be fine with the Max and even the basic version. Like you can walk in Costco's or Amazon. I'll put a link down below, or Apple. Now, Apple's the only place you can go and customize it like I did, and add more memory, add more hard drive space, add more cores and stuff, all that kind of stuff that they allow you to do. I hope that helps you kind of like navigate if this is right for you. I didn't get into all the like benchmarking and stuff. There's plenty of videos that do that. I just wanted to buy this for me and do an honest review here for you guys, so you could hear my experience and why I bought it and why I love to buy it. I think it will last you a long time. So that leads me into the things I love about this. It's whisper quiet. You have this powerhouse in this little box that sits on your desk, and it just absolutely blows my mind at how quiet it is. And I don't like little clicking noises when I'm working. I want everything to be kind of quiet, or I might have music playing or something, but I just don't want the sounds of all that whirring and stuff going on. I'm sure you understand. And I saved $3,000, so I'm really happy about that, to get a Mac Pro, basically, that's called a Mac Studio. And I work in a studio, you know, and I work in my office, which is like a studio. I'm in the studio, so I love the name of it, so it's perfect. And now it really lives up to, you know, everything I always dreamed a Mac Pro was that I couldn't afford. And so I'm super excited. If you max everything out, you're at like $8,800 US. I spent about $7,500. I didn't max everything out. So let's talk about this studio display that they sell with the Mac Studio. You know, to like, because you don't get the monitor like you do with the iMac and the iMac Pro. You don't get a keyboard or a mouse or trackpad or anything. You just get the box and the power cord. And so you need a display, right? At least that's what Apple's thinking. And you can't expect someone who's buying a studio to afford the ProRes, which is like crazy expensive. So they came out with this studio display. And don't get me wrong, everything Apple does is just beautiful and perfection and amazing. But it's 27 inches. It's not really an ultra wide. And it's expensive. And for less than half or even a fourth, you can get a bigger monitor, a nicer monitor, I think, that does just as good a job. So I'll put that link down below. I'm going to do a whole video on that. But I just don't recommend you buying the studio display unless you're doing like intensive graphic design where you need to like have exact colors and all this stuff, which is very rare. It's very rare. Now, some people are just going to buy it because it's perfect. It matches with it. It's beautiful. It's like 6K, I think. And it's, you know, it just is what it is. You don't need a big, huge monitor. But me, I wanted bigger, and I didn't want to spend $2,000 for a little 27-inch monitor. It kind of feels old, like Apple hasn't caught up there on the displays of like the new ultra wides or what people are doing, like curved displays. So that's my take on that. And I hope that helps you make a decision. I hope this video really helped you. That is what I'm here for. I want to try to make complicated things simple. And I wanted to give you guys an honest review of why I love it and why I like it. And trust me, there are going to be videos of why I don't love it. I'm not sponsored. Apple doesn't know who I am. This is not paid for. Any links I put below might be affiliate links. I make a little tiny bit of money to support the channel, but it's not anything like mind breaking, okay? I do smart home tech stuff here. I love smart home stuff. I love stuff for my office, for my house, for, you know, my studio, whatever it is. And I just did a video on the Apple Watch Ultra, which I run my whole house off of and just love, love, love. So be sure and watch that video. And we got a lot of other videos like the new brand new MacBook Air, the new 15-inch M2. And we got the midnight version, so I'm super excited about that. If you like this video, watch the next one. You're gonna love it. It's gonna help you out a lot. It's so, so good to see your beautiful face. And I will catch you in the next Zach video. Peace.
I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out